All right, so we're on again. This is all this week. This month, it's only 2 takes. I hope, assuming my camera lasts, my phone lasts. Watch, I'll run out of memory.
Yeah, how's your battery, by the way?
My battery's good. What I should have checked was my memory, just to make sure I had enough memory for 2 15-minute videos. All right, cool. So this is a review of this month's programming that's coming up and kind of a quick look back. We had a ton of PRs this month. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Last month, April, we did back squat was our primary strength, and the clean pull was secondary with muscle ups as the gymnastics strength.
Focus,
It was kind of a gymnastics focus with a lot of strict muscle up focus on it.
Strict muscle up focus with some EMOM work afterwards.
Yeah, what was neat was if you go out and you look at the PR board, it's the most I've seen in a long time. And as you said, there was
just yesterday alone, back squat testing day, there was at least 5 to 7 people that I know for a fact didn't write it up on the board. So I can only imagine that carried on through the day.
Yeah, we'll be posting those. I'm going to post those on Instagram today. Moxie and in Pleasant Hill, just a ton of PRs, back squat PRs, Fran PRs.
Ton of Fran PRs. Strict muscle ups,
regular
linked
muscle ups.
I know Davida got 2 linked muscle ups.
Yeah, Cynthia Pamet.
She got her first muscle up. Yep. She also hit a 200-pound back squat.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know she was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, so it's good to see those things, and those things happen because you put in the work. And programming keeps you from getting injured, but keeps you on track to make those types of gains. And so it's neat to see those. And if you come to class more than 3 times a week, chances are you're going to have some PRs.
Progress.
Yeah. I even had a recent PR. My back's feeling good. Hit a 335 back squat. I had to beat Akeem last night. Great Metcon last night, by the way. I love the partner row max number of back squats. That was grueling.
How's the legs feeling today?
Legs are sore today. You know what was hard though in that third one was holding the bar on the shoulders. Yeah. I was surprised that I wanted to drop that bar off my shoulders so bad.
It's just like being under tension when you're breathing that hard. It's hard. I mean, like you're having to stabilize your trunk, and that's breathing. You know, It's just being able to stay organized is important.
As we get closer to regionals, you can kind of get a flavor for what these athletes are going to feel like when they're in regionals. Congratulations, by the way, to our Masters athletes. We had 5 Masters do the online qualifier. 3 of them are going to move on to the games if their videos are approved. Yvonne, Kyle Kleinschmidt, and April Kitagawa, who's going to make her 4th game appearance, by the way, from Moxie. So that's cool. They're going to have a fun time in Wisconsin. And then, of course, 2 teams and 3 indies going to regionals. It's going to be a busy month.
Yep.
Into the programming. So we know what we did last month. Let's look at this month. Our April's focus is a little bit tied to the events we have. Yeah. So on Saturday, May 19th, we're going to do the Spring Classic, which is our Olympic weightlifting competition. All of these competitions, these Olympic lifting competitions, are geared towards getting Diablo to have an officially sanctioned meet here, USAW sanctioned meet. And so this one's going to be in kilograms, and it's going to be on Saturday the 19th. Love everybody to come, but our primary strength this month is the clean and jerk total, or the Olympic lifting total, which is clean and jerk and the snatch. And I noticed throughout the month you've got clean and jerks. And snatch scheduled in, and then we've got a max effort towards the end of the month.
Yeah. So the reason for that is when we go into a meet where you're snatch, clean and jerk total, what that is it's your max effort snatch and your max effort clean and jerk within 3 attempts. So in a competition environment, you're only allowed to have 3 attempts on the platform. If you make them, they count to your total. If you miss them, there goes one of 3 attempts. So we're not necessarily going to be in the best frame or environment to actually test those lifts because we're testing the total. So what's happening is since the meet is in the middle of the month, towards the end of the month, we're going to be testing the snatch and clean and jerk separately. So that way we can actually have a chance to see where your total is, or your max is in relation to what you did for your total.
That's great. And I notice we start out with focusing more on the movement and the positions, and then moving into the actual lifts themselves.
The lift from the ground to overhead, yeah.
Okay, good. And then the secondary strength this month is a front squat. So we were back squat last month, but I think I obviously got picked up on this, that the front squat's helpful to catching the clean.
Catching the clean.
You have a good front squat, chances are you can have a bigger clean.
And the idea too is last month or in April we were focusing on the back squat, which is a raw strength power movement. Now the front squat can be a little bit more challenging because of the position, but it also carries over to more of the Olympic lifts, right? You have to be more upright in the torso. It's just a more challenging position. It requires more mobility. So using last month's back squat to build the foundation, the strength of our hips and legs, now we're carrying that over into the front squat to help out our Olympic lifts.
Okay, and again we start, like we did last month, we start with a higher rep count, and then we move into, there's an 8-8-8, or 4 sets of 8. And then there's a 10-8-6-4-2 kind of building intensity, and then I notice we get into 6x2 at 80% and beyond. So cool. This week, Thursday, is our first front squat, but I noticed, and I actually texted Jamie on this because I thought there might be an issue. There's an endurance test before it.
Yep.
So this is new. Why put the front squat after an endurance test?
So what we're doing is we're testing.
Okay.
Essentially, we're testing an aerobic test.
Okay.
We're doing the 2K row, and the idea of this, if we do our front squat, especially 4x8 front squats before a 2K row, your legs are going to be toast.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get a true true max effort on your 2K. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to come in, we're going to go through a good warm up. And then we're going to establish a 2K max. It may be a new max, it may be a current max, but essentially we're testing that 2K. And then once we're done with that, we're moving on to 4 sets of 8.
Okay.
Now, the idea with the 4 sets of 8 is we're looking for a strong effort. We're not looking or working with any kind of percentages because you're probably going to be feeling a little toasty coming off that row.
Right.
And there's not a lot of time in between. So the big thing is, make sure you're making a good range of motion, you're not shortening up your depth, but at the same time, find a challenging, strong effort, not a max effort. And what I mean by that is, strong effort, we're looking for something that we can sustain, good mechanics, good positioning, but we're working really fucking hard. If we get to a point where we start to break down and collapse towards like the end of the 8, we've pretty much found an 8 rep max versus the strong effort.
Okay. So don't worry about percentages. Think more about strong effort without failing.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And go all out on that 2K row. It's a benchmark test.
All out, but smartly.
Okay.
don't murder the first 500 meters and then be toast for the rest of the workout.
Yeah, unless you're rowing in my class with me, go ahead and row hard that first 500. That's an important strategy.
You get points for the first 250, 300 meters.
Don't do that. Then we move into so that front squat, and then we obviously build up and by decreasing the amount of reps, increasing the load,
decreasing volume, increasing the intensity.
So we'll probably see maybe some PRs in the front squat this month too. Yeah. And then the gymnastic skill and strength focus I like because again it's targeted towards an outcome, especially the Murph prep. So once a year, Diablo on Memorial Day honors those soldiers who gave their lives in service for our country by doing the workout Murph, which is 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and a mile run. Jamie every year likes to begin preparation for that, especially as it concerns push-ups. Early on, and I noticed last month there was two Sundays in a row. Some big volume on the push-ups is good because I came out of it kind of humbled by those. But I'm seeing that this month, and then double under focus, right?
So the idea of this focus is we want to build up some volume so that way when we do Murph, we're not completely wrecked. Now, just to be clear, if you're doing Murph and maybe first time doing it, don't feel like you have to come in and do the full Murph by yourself. You can partner up, do a partner Murph, team Murph, depending on where you're at. But the big thing is, don't go to failure. And the reason why we're building up this volume now with these EMOMs paired with double unders are to help grease the groove and create good mechanical positions. So that way when we do the workout, we're less likely to run into that point of failure and we won't be as rocked afterwards.
Okay.
So more of a preparation phase.
Is there is there any other things that people can do open gym wise to get ready for Murph or to improve double unders in addition to this, and how should they do that, or what should they do?
So the big thing is if say for example, we're doing a Murph prep day on a Tuesday. If you have to work that day or not able to make it in, come in the next day, do it. Do that same exact EMOM. But the big thing is don't go to failure. So if you're in an open gym by yourself and not having a coach's eye on, you kind of have to be a little bit, move a little bit slower, a little more methodical, so that way you're not creating bad habits, at the same time staying safe. But open gym is a perfect environment to come in, especially within those movements, is just practice getting some reps in. But the big thing I would suggest that if you are coming into an open gym, take a look at the week's programming ahead of time. So that way you can see what's coming up, and if you know we're doing a big pull-up workout the next day, don't plan on coming in open gym and doing a ton of pull-ups when you have pull-ups the next following day. You want to kind of separate those out a little.
So you can pull up the week's programming on our blog, you can pull it up on SugarWatt, take a look, and program around it. Or if you missed a workout that day, that's just do the workout of the day, or do that portion of the workout, the skill work for to help improve those skill sets. This month on the Metcon plate, we've got Nate as a hero WOD.
Yeah, this is actually a test from our muscle up work that we've done.
Okay, good. So that's going to be as many rounds as possible of 2 muscle ups, 4 handstand push-ups, and 8 kettlebell swings. I know there's going to be some members who are going to look at that and go, well, I can't even do that. What do they do, and are they going to have a good workout?
So a modification for that, and the workout's going to be different depending on the individual. Now, for example, let's say I don't have a muscle up. What am I going to do for the workout? We're going to be working some different variations of kind of the same movement patterns. And we've got a lot of pressing going on in the handstand push-ups, but we're also going to implement some toe to bar pull-ups, so that way we're kind of creating some awareness underneath the bar. A lot of similar movements that we did during the EMOMs over the last month will be kind of repeated in some of those scaled modified versions of the muscle up. So there's two modified versions for that workout that day. And then those that maybe just got their muscle up, this is a great workout to kind of practice and work for 20 minutes. How many muscle ups can you complete?
Right.
If you're doing one at a time, and maybe do one every minute on the minute or every 30 seconds or so, 20 minutes is enough time where you can get plenty of attempts. If you find yourself failing, then just modify down to the next scale and just log how many muscle ups you did complete.
Okay. I notice when we do our clean and jerk test, we got dumbbell DT coming up. That's a beast. Don't drop your dumbbells.
Drop your dumbbells. It's a 100-meter run penalty. Doors are shut, whatever. You have to go out the front door and back. Just don't drop them.
Don't drop the dumbbells. That's a beast of a workout.
Yeah.
But there's some cool workouts this month, and you've got handstand walking in the workout, which is cool, and pistols.
We also have for those of you double under people, there's a fun little double under workout at the end of the month.
Oh yeah.
A little benchmark.
Yeah.
It's not Annie. It's not Annie.
Nice benchmark double under workout. So. And then I noticed towards the end of this month too that the Metcons are getting longer, less eccentric loading. So the reason for that is we are doing a lot of testing that week in those last couple of weeks between the snatch, the clean and jerk. We've got some heavy squats and Murph. So the idea is keeping the intensity high, but the overall volume on the lower end, as well as keeping the aerobic training up. And keep the aerobic training up.
Because that's as we get closer to Murph, 2 miles. It's
So the last 2 weeks of the month, if you're a cardio junkie, you like those longer Metcons, you'll enjoy the last 2 weeks of this month as we get you ready for Murph.
But don't cherry pick those heavy ones.
Yeah. Okay. Sign up for the Spring Classic, please. On the 19th, it's a great experience. It's going to be in kilos. It'll be a lot of fun. What we're going to do is $20 sign up, and if you pay $30, you'll get a t-shirt. So look for that on our website under events. We hope to see at the Spring Classic. We want to get about 30-40 people if we can in their lift weights and testing their max efforts. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Cool. Good month of programming, Jamie.
Awesome.
Thanks. All right. Thanks,
guys.
Cool.